This is another scenario of art tracing, copying, theft, and extremely heavy art inspiration. So this is a post that was posted on Twitter February 17th, posted by Salvacore with the Twitter handle only salvat44712. They captioned this, crying emoji, what the F. And it's just a bunch of side-by-sides. This one is less egregious than the other ones, but let's just look into this real quick. This is very, very heavily inspired, like very heavily inspired by Salvacore's work, which is this top piece here. This was their piece they posted August 21st, 2024. Absolutely beautiful piece. I love the way they render. It has a very kind of like flowy watercolory vibe to it. I love it. And look, again, like this is clearly a very inspired piece from this. Even like the art style is pretty similar. It's the same idea. It's heavily referenced. I would not say this is tracing. I would just say, hey, if you are the bottom artist, you know, give some credit, like maybe tag Salvacore, right? Like inspired by Salvacore's piece. This is not like, I wouldn't say this piece is traced. We'll see the other ones, but definitely very referenced. All right, now we have this. Now, I mean, I'm sure with your eyes, we can see that this is just the hands, like look at the fingers. Every finger placement is exactly the same, right? Even like the body of the person here. Let me go up here. Like even the character up in front, the head position, the lighting, look at the slope of the shoulders. Now we're getting into uncanny valley territory. Yeah, even the text does say different things. The color is the same teal. And again, just like look at the hair, guys, right? Like do you see this like bump up here and then the swoosh of the bangs across the face, even with this strand that cuts across the face here, even the side bang, like why? It's so similar. It feels like they copy and pasted elements. Like the neck down, it looks like they traced that, and then the bangs, it looks like they traced that. Look at that specific cut right here, that swoosh. And then they changed some elements for themselves. Even the lips look really similar. I am sure this is gonna overlap. Let me open up Photoshop real quick. I would also argue like art studies are fine, but if you basically trace over somebody's art for your art study, don't post it. That should stay between you and your PC or you and your sketchbook, you know? Like, don't post that online. Because the problem is if you post it and you don't tag, it looks like it was your art. It's not because you trace it. If you post it and you tag, it's kind of uncomfortable for the artist. Some artists are okay with art studies in which people literally trace over their artwork, right? And post it, but it's a very slippery slope. Bro, I didn't even have to try. Just look at the hands. Just look at the hands. It's like they traced elements of it, you know, and they like photo bashed it together. Like they traced the hands like this, and then they traced the person. So they moved the person over a little bit. Look at the person, the shoulder slope, and then the bangs. They like changed it a little bit for the bangs. Yeah, look at the bangs there. I'm just talking about this section of the hair right here. And then the lips are like basically traced as well. Let me line up a little better. But yeah, look at the lips again. That's weird. More examples. It's even worse, guys. Look at the side by side. This is literally traced. Do I even need to show you the light position, the neck pose, the hands, the body? Even the wrinkles on the clothing. Look at the directions of the wrinkles on the clothing. It is the same. The hand position is the same. This one, this side by side, I would argue is less egregious. This one, still pretty bad in context with everything else. A little bit less egregious here, but come on. Oh, wow. We have more, guys. How are these all so similar? Unless it was freaking traced off of Salvacore's artwork. And then Salvacore tagged them because it looks like, from my understanding, they had a bunch of accounts, right? The original account being the name Backdoll, and they had all of these alts. There's like 2 more alts as well. And then, as you can see, something went wrong. That account doesn't exist anymore. They traced all of that and then they deleted it. They were like, I'm out of here. Like, I'm done. Bye-bye. Again, look, I think art studies are fine. It's a way that people have learned how to draw for a very long time. Don't post it, because if you post it, people are gonna think it's yours. Like, it's like an unspoken claim that, hey, this is my art, you know? When you post artwork without tagging or crediting anybody, people are not gonna assume that that art belongs to somebody else or was traced off somebody else. They're gonna assume it was yours. And it's not. And then Salvacore adds some more context. So I'm gonna use Google Translate for this, but Salvacore adds, TA came to me to apologize, being the name of the other artist. I wrote a super long reply to teach TA how to find references. I said I would delete this post in a few days, but TA wanted me to delete it today. It's so funny. My mood is not a mood. In the end, he also said that I cannot delete it. Wait, why is it you that decides? So this is really large. Hello, I'm sorry I used your drawings as a reference and they look so similar. I'd like to apologize if you felt bad about them because they were practice drawings that I made a reference to. I love your drawings and I wanted to use your style as a reference. I am so sorry. Can you please write it down? I'll be quiet. I'm a student who's still drawing, and I think he misunderstood that I'm making a reference. I'm so sorry. I want to apologize for this. Please drop the message. I'll be careful from now on. I am so sorry. And then this is what Salvatore wrote. They wrote, I want to say, firstly, you have made inappropriate drawings which are not indicative. Please don't use being a student as a shield. There are many students who work hard to learn drawing and won't be like you. Secondly, if you need a reference, you can choose the following methods. Download Pinterest software to find real reference photos of people for reference painting, or take pictures of yourself for reference painting. Or think about what to draw and then look for references. Do not use ready-made paintings from others. That's all the hard work of other people. The harm you have caused me is immeasurable. You seem to feel very aggrieved that you have been attacked, and you cannot understand how I have witnessed my own work being subject to such plagiarism. So I hope you can compensate to me by taking the following actions. Starting from today, establish copyright awareness, paint well, and keep painting. I will delete this blog post in a few days. And then it's the Chinese translation. They add that this is not even referencing because the piece is directly traced. Yeah, referencing is not tracing. This is, again, my personal sense, right? I would say this is referencing. You took somebody's concept, you recreated it in your own style, right? This is direct tracing. You just trace the hands, then trace the person like 2 inches over, and then trace the hair like 2 inches down. You know, this one is traced. Like the traced, bro. This, we could maybe argue it's a reference, although the nose, the mouth, the chin, eye position, all that, and the hand pose looks to be a bit traced as well, right? But yeah, this person referenced and directly traced, which they never acknowledged. And then Hellcat adds, but why didn't you send him a message first? And y'all settled everything privately. What was the need to make it all public? And then I was like having a hard time reading this until I was like pretty certain this is traditional Chinese now. But Salvatore adds, should I buy him a dragon throne and ask 50 eunuchs to serve him? And then we go to a court to deal with this matter. And this is not the first time I have encountered plagiarism. Why do I have to find it? It's quite funny. Don't be generous to others, okay? IVV writes, coming out of nowhere, telling the artist who got their art copied and released in public to solve it in private without a word of concern or giving a hand to the artist. Sounds like you want to protect that copycat more than the artist. What was the need to make it private? In my personal opinion, the whole privacy argument only works if it's like a misunderstanding issue. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you think somebody kind of like yoinked something from you, but you're not fully certain. Like what I was saying earlier, you know, where I was talking about how a brand that I've worked with in the past, I suspect used my voice and trained AI on it and then used it in their ads. I am not fully certain. So I am trying to solve that privately right now. But yeah, I would argue like a case like that where it's not concrete black and white. I cannot prove for certain that they trained AI on my voice. It could be somebody that sounds just like me. The odds are pretty low because I have a pretty unique sounding voice, but it could be, right? So there is that room for speculation. And I would say that when it comes to something like that, it should be solved in private. When it comes to the point where you can overlap their artwork with your artwork and it literally overlaps 1-to-1 and you can do that for like 5 pieces. Okay, now I think that's fair to the point where we can do a public call out because this person has been egregious in their behavior of taking from you. So for me personally, that is where I draw the line. Do you fall into the misunderstanding potential category, or is this just an egregious disrespect onto me and my artwork, right? It's one or the other. That's just my personal take. I'm curious on your thoughts though. What do you guys think about that, like solving it privately versus publicly? So Salvatore then adds this post, writing, there are still many that I am too lazy to like put together. Again, we have the side by side. So from my understanding, the artist that has been stealing from Salvatore is Korean, because as you can see side by side of the panels, right, we have Korean text here. Well, this is like their Weibo, and then this is the stolen panel, obviously. Again, 1-to-1 trace. This one, a 0 attempt to hide it. This is directly traced. Again, side by side again. Salvatore's artwork, directly traced again. Oh, but there's more. Some more pieces. This is getting a little egregious. There's some more found by Soughton. Look at the exact side by side, the pose, the eye placements. Oh my God. Another side by side. This is just so egregious, man. I don't know how old the other artist is because their stuff has all been deleted now, but they have made absolutely no attempt to cover anything up. They just directly traced and was like, yep, I'm only referencing, haha, you know? Maybe they were so ignorant as an artist, they had no idea what they're doing is wrong. I would be hard pressed to believe that because they have so many pieces now. Like, there's no way you make this many art pieces. And then at this point, you still don't know that tracing somebody's artwork directly is bad. You know what I mean? Like, you can't argue ignorance at this point. Has anyone copied me? Yeah. I have an Etsy shop, so I sell like emotes and stuff on there. Oh my God. I swear to God, every 6 months, somebody steals my frog emotes, man. It's like criminal. This is my Etsy shop, okay? Shameless plug, but I feel like I make some pretty cute artwork, you know? Like, take a look at that. I think it's really cute. Yeah, every 6 months, people steal this shit. Swear to God. I've had like 3 people directly trace and color select my artwork. Look, guys, I am not crazy. I am not trying to gatekeep frogs. I do not care if you make frog emotes, okay? But this frog butt is really popular and people will literally directly trace it. The shape will be exactly the same. It will line up 1-to-1. The airbrush on the butt cheeks are the same color and they add the same 2 sparkles per cheek. I'm like, can you make it any little bit more different? You know what I mean? Like, you made 0 attempts. 0 to try to differentiate it. Again, I am not trying to gatekeep frog emotes. I was not the first person to make frog emotes. I will not be the last person. Frogs are pretty round shaped. There's only so many ways you can draw a frog, okay? Because it's an animal. It's a frog. But color selecting off of my artwork, you're fucking insane. And then oh my God, I had another person. This is like tea about the past, guys. Maybe I should make like a full story time about like all the times people stole my art. I've like made little videos about it, but I've never like, I mean, at the time, I didn't have like a scam YouTube channel where I was talking about stuff like this. Okay, my bee emotes, also really popular. I love my bee emotes, okay? I love them. I'm very proud of them. I made them years ago. Yeah, I had somebody, they took my emotes off of this. They didn't buy it. They took it off of this. They cut it out and then they stuck it onto their stream. They didn't even redraw it. They didn't even trace it. They literally cut it out and put it on their stream. And then I confronted them because I saw it. So like somebody, I don't know how I saw it. I think somebody sent it to me and then I saw it and I was like, dude, this is my art, but like super shitty res version. Like it's shitty because they cut it out, you know? It's not what you would get if you buy it off my Etsy shop. So then I was like, okay, why does it look like that? I was like, I could see the little watermark and I was like, oh my God, this is stolen. So then I confronted them and they were like, yeah, my mod, I asked my mod to make some artwork for me and they drew this for me. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, if your mod did make this for you, can you take it down? And they were like, I'm a single mom. Like, I can't. I'm like, I don't care about you being a single mom or you having a kid or whatever. What does that have to do with your mod taking my artwork, cutting it out, and then giving it to you? Allegedly, that's what she said happened, right? I was like, just take it off. You don't need it. She's like, no, but I need emotes to make my literally, respectfully, go F yourself, okay? Because my stolen emotes on your stream has nothing to do with your child getting dinner, okay? Maybe I sound mean, but my personal like, I just don't like it when people use like their situation as an excuse. Like when people are like, I'm a single mom, so I had to steal art. No, you didn't. You know what I mean? Like, look, if you're gonna yoink from like Walmart, you gotta yoink some food, you know, I didn't see anything. But you do not need to steal Twitch emotes, bro. Like, come on. Come on. That's the worst part too, because you know what? I have free emotes on my coffee. I have free art. If you just wanted emotes, go to my coffee. There's free ones over there, okay? You did not need to steal. There are literally free ones. Like, you will not die without bee emotes, okay? My free emotes are like frogs and shibas and cats. They're not bees. But anyways, it's just my biggest pet peeve because I'm literally like, you did not need this. Like, free mushroom emotes. Oh my God. Free capybara emotes. Free cat emotes. Free frog emotes, free Shiba emotes. Just take one of those, okay? They're completely free. Don't steal from my Etsy shop. Plus, it's like $6, bro. Like, it's $1 per emote on my Etsy shop, if not less. Like, leave me alone. Sorry, I'm just like traumatized because it's happened so many times at this point. Like, every 6 months I fight somebody, I swear to God. And I try not to. But people be trying me, man, like trying. It is what it is. But yeah, like even other people who make round frog emotes, you know, like just don't color select and trace 1-to-1, you know, and I'm fine. Like that's literally all I care about. That's literally all I care about.